guys, this is Lovin Meets with Egyptian Ferrari driver Mohaamed Hamdi. His heroic actions during the Dubai storm saved a life. We spoke about what went down and how he's feeling about it today.
And so, if you do not want to miss this heroic interview, as Casey has mentioned, don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Meets podcast wherever you get your podcast from and enjoy the interview.
Guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. This man's move to rescue an elderly man from drowning in his car during the Dubai storm is nothing short of heroic. He also happens to be a member of the Egyptian Ferrari team. Yes, he is. Welcome to the show, Mohaamed Hamdi. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
We're excited to have you.
Yeah, I am. I'm very excited because it has been, I would say insane over the past weeks. But I would like to ask you if you can just your heroic act has gone viral all over social media. If you can tell us what happened and how it happened and give us just a bit of detail.
All right. So basically, I was taking my family home to the airport and dropped them off. And going back home, I had a big car. It was a Nissan Patrol, and this car actually really saved me that day. And I was passing through huge pile of water like everyone else did, and I saw a man who his name is Abdul Rasul, and he was just stuck in his car, and he was frightened and a little bit shocked and a little bit in pause. He was just paused, like the water was inside his car and he was just sitting there in his car. Everyone was passing next to him, and I was like, I've got to do something about it. Why isn't anyone stopping? And so I parked my car. I walked to the other side of the road and I was like, hey, what's up? What? You're just gonna sit in the car? What's up? And he was like, he didn't even reply. And I was like, okay, that's weird. I started walking in the water and going inside. I'm like, do you speak English? Do you speak Arabic? He spoke Arabic. I'm like, come down. And he was still shocked. So I'm like, okay. So I started walking more inside to the car, and then when I was just like 1 meter away from the car, he decided to come down from the car. So he was shaking, and I was like, what's up, man? Why are you just in your car? And he was just in a state of shock, and I've realized that this is very dangerous. So when you're in a state of shock and you don't act, you can just die because you just don't act. So yeah, I got him. We walked. Maybe he was just afraid because the water was overwhelming and he didn't know where he was walking. It was just a normal road covered with water. The water was dirty, so it wasn't clear where he was walking, but it was just the road that he was just driving through like 10 minutes ago. We walked, and he was walking shaking and very scared, and I was like, don't worry, okay, you're with me now, okay, no problem. And then the first thing he asked about was his car, because he was a driver on the car, and he was like, the company is going to make me a problem. I'm like, man, the company is not going to make you a problem. I have all the videos. I'm gonna take you now, and then we're going to show them everything. And he was like, okay, thank you. And then we walked to the car. I opened the door, and I'm like, get in. He's like, I'm wet. I can't get in your car. I'm like, come on, get inside the car. Don't worry about it. He got inside the car. He didn't speak for like 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, suddenly he just took a cigarette out and he started smoking. I'm like, okay, he's back. And so everything got wet in his car. He lost his phone, everything, but his cigarette pack made it. He started smoking, and I'm like, okay, so where do you work? He worked in a restaurant. We navigated through the water with the car and took him to the restaurant, and then I went to his boss, and I'm like, this man was in this car. And he was like, whoa, thank you very much for saving him, and they gave me food, and I'm like, don't worry about it, it's cool. And he was happy because now no one's gonna do anything bad to him. And it was a very interesting experience. Like this story that I just said in 5 minutes took like 3-4 hours. So it was a very interesting experience, and I'm happy that I was put in that position, and I would urge everyone who would be put in that position to act accordingly and not be afraid and not be in a state of shock, and just like rub it off and just march. Go, and you will be able to do something.
So interesting, because before the show we were talking about fight or flight mode for a different reason. Actually, we were talking about you as a driver, but in that moment, people were driving by, as you said, but you went into fight or flight mode, and you went into fight mode. why did you stop the car?
I stopped the car because I had to. He's a human being and he's just stuck in the car, and I've seen like a big question mark on his face, and everyone was passing, and I'm like, I think I can do something about it. You know, I'm not just gonna pass. And I just dropped off my family. I'm going home. I have nothing to do, so thank God I was free. And even if I wasn't free, I would have stopped the car. And I don't know. I wasn't afraid of just walking in the water. It's just something psychologically that you have to get over. It's just a pavement full of water. You're just walking on a street that was just flooded, and the water is a bit dirty, as I said. So you just have to remove that from your mind, and it's just like a swimming pool, normal swimming. There are no sharks. There is no electricity because he was alive, so it was all cool. Yeah.
Was the water inside his car as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
The water was. He was sitting, and the water was until his belly. Yeah.
That is terrific. I mean, we've got water to our car, but it was not till here. So I can't imagine. Because like I was telling Casey is that when such situations happen, you know, it's very hard to think of other people and empathize with other people, because all that you can think of is like yourself and things that are affecting you as a human. It's like fine, everyone's getting affected, but in your head you're often just like too focused on how it has affected you and how you can get out of it. You know, so how can you do damage control? So has the flood affected you in any other ways?
In any other ways, yes. I've known that. Oh my God, things can turn in 1 second, and everything that seems to be under control can end up not being under control in 1 second, and you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared physically, mentally, with your family, with your work, with yourself as a person, with all your life aspects, because life is very good and is very nice, but it can also flip in 1 second, and if you're not ready, something bad, you know, hopefully not, might happen.
I'm just thinking, you told us the story, it took 3 or 4 hours, but at what time of the day did you find the man? Because those 3 or 4 hours in Dubai were probably the scariest in our history in terms of climate. So what was it like for you trying to help someone, but also dealing with that? And then, you know, when you got to the business, the fact that they were open is actually quite a surprise as well.
Yes, yeah. The restaurant is in Deira. So I got him at so there was apparently a first wave and there was a second wave. So what I remember is that I dropped him off before the second wave, which started at 6 p.m. So let's say I dropped him off at 4 and I left the restaurant at 5. So I found him at like 1 or 2 p.m. right next to the airport. Thank God I dropped him off before the second wave, because the second wave was very, very, very scary. I was in my car alone, and I saw my hotel right there, and I just couldn't go through because of the amount of water that was on the ground and the people that were stuck and the amount of rain pouring. It was so scary. It was really, and the sky was very dark and gloomy. Yeah. It was not something that anyone would like to see, but thank God it was dealt with. Everything went smooth after, but yeah, it was like a wake-up call.
Wow. I mean, yeah, because we've all experienced it as well. I would like to ask is that you mentioned that someone needs to be physically and mentally prepared for such crisis.
Yeah.
And of course, clearly, you were physically and mentally prepared to have the capacity to think like, oh my God, I need to help someone else. You know, because like in that point, if I am in your position, I would be thinking like, oh my God, I just want to reach home safe, and I wouldn't think of saving someone else. So would you say the fact that you are actually a fast car driver, a Ferrari car driver, to be more specific, because you're all the time in the adrenaline, so on and so, would you say that kind of like maybe kind of like mentally trained you to be like aware of everything around as well?
I think it's a couple of things, not just one thing. Of course, first of all, me being a driver, you're trained to take split-second decisions, because you're basically driving minimum. When I'm driving, it's minimum 200 kilometers per hour, and that's like your cruising speed. That's like your average speed, and you have to manage through cars. You're listening, you're talking to someone, you're looking at your gauges to fuel, tire pressure, and how many laps, how many turns. You're doing a lot of calculations while you're driving fast. So that's So that's that's one of the things. The other thing is when you're in a nice country, and when you're in a comforting country and a loving country and the country that you love, a country that you come to a lot with your family and enjoy, you when you feel embraced, you can give back. Okay, when you feel loved, you can give love. So so it's like Dubai is like my second country. So it was just as if he was like right next to my house. So I just gave him a hand. That's the second thing. The third thing is my origins as an Egyptian. I think any Egyptian would have done the same. We have this in our blood. We always manage to just, when a time of crisis comes, we just march and we don't look back.
Amazing. And actually, whenever we speak about Egypt, we have to give a shout out to our sister page, Lovin Cairo. They have an amazing team there, and they were so happy to share this story, of course, because you know, Egyptian and proud, and this is a really special story for them to be able to share as well, for the heroic action that you took that saved a life. But I have to, just before you leave us, I'd love to just get a bit of background. So you drive Ferrari for the Egyptian team.
So I drive Ferrari for the name of my country, Egypt, but there isn't something called the Ferrari Egyptian team. So basically, I'm the first Egyptian Ferrari driver driving for Ferrari Challenge Europe, which is a Ferrari challenge by Ferrari. I started racing when I was 12. I became the karting champion of my country, and then I moved to Formula 3 in Bahrain. I've had a pause or a drawback for 10 years because of my father's death. And then I came back in 2021 and started the season with Ferrari 23 and looking forward for my 24 season, my second season with them. They're a great team. The car is great, and actually they are changing the car this year. We're going to the 296. We were racing the 488, which is a little bit different. The other one is a little bit faster and brakes are more improved. So shout out to everyone, actually. Lovin Cairo, Dubai, Ferrari, Egypt, and everyone.
Well, I was telling Casey that, you know what, a lot of people are actually looking at the storm from a negative aspect. But we forget, I feel like the storm has taught every single one of us a lesson.
Yeah.
What is one lesson would you say that the storm has taught you that you have not learned before? And that you would like to share with the audience as well?
Don't think you're going to live forever, because you're not going to live forever. Yeah. One day, 1 second, you don't know when it's going to come, and you won't be here. And everyone who was in Dubai on that day saw that with their eyes. This is true. And this is something you can't explain. Yani, if you live it, and you know what you've seen.
That's true. Very strong. Thank you so much, Mohaamed Hamdi, for giving us your time this morning. We should also probably shout out Nissan Patrol, because I feel like...
Yes, of course, Nissan Patrol. This car really saved my life. Yes, really? And I've said it. I've said shout out to Nissan Patrol 1,000 times. This car really saved my life. Yes.
We've seen wild videos of all the cars getting stuck, and then patrols just swimming through the floods.
That's true.
And a beautiful story from something that was so challenging for so many. And I'm sure that driver is forever in your debt. So as we said, your heroic action saved his life. So thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning.
Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure. Thank you.
And best of luck with the next season.
Thank you.
Guys, next up, Farah got to sit down with Boyz II Men.
Yes, I got to sit down with the iconic R&B sensation Boyz II Men, who, by the way, shared as well the story of how they began and how it started all the way from back in high school. And they still are friends, and the band is still going on strong. So if you guys would like to listen to their iconic music, that is, they have their own music, and they just like did not really follow any trends and so on with the pop culture that is happening today. So they sat down with me and we talked all about it. So don't forget to tune in for the interview, and as well they are set to perform on the 28th of April at Coca-Cola Arena. So don't forget as well to hurry up and get your tickets to witness it all.
Enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guests are Boys to Men. They'll be performing their iconic hits, including End of the Road and I'll Make Love to You, live at Coca-Cola Arena in partnership with Lovin Dubai. We are very excited to have them on the show and cannot wait for the concert. Welcome, Boys to the show. Very glad to have you here.
Hello.
How you doing? How's it
What's
going?
happening,
How's it
Dubai?
going?
What's going on?
What's going on with y'all?
All is going well. Thank you so much for asking. How are things? And I would like to ask you, what are you most looking forward to performing for the Dubai audience?
Everything.
Yeah, everything. We're actually just excited to be there. I believe the last time we were there was before the pandemic, and we were looking forward to coming back, and couldn't wait for the world to get back to where it was supposed to be so that we could. And now that the time has come, it's time to bring all of the newness, the evolution, the vibes, the joy that we try to exude in our music back to Dubai. And we want everybody to come out and just rock with us, because it's going to be probably a moment filled of time travel, an hour and something filled of time travel and good music. And that's why we want to just have the best time ever. And we want everybody to have the best time with us.
Well, I have no doubt that it's going to be such an amazing concert, and I cannot wait for that. So I would like to ask, how like celebrities at every concert, they for sure have like surprises for fans.
Mhm.
So would you say, can fans expect surprises at your Dubai concert?
I think the surprises come with not just what we do, but how the energy makes us feel. Like could be some things that happen at our shows, and it does, where it just brings out something that none of us even expected, not even us that's on stage. So we just try to create the environment and the atmosphere where surprises can actually happen.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. But just like Wanye said, it's going to be a show filled with great songs, great presentation, great energy, and folks are loving it, and hopefully will appreciate the performance.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Can't wait. And I would like to go back in time a little bit and ask, how did the group initially form? What inspired the name Boys to Men?
Well, the group started in high school. We were all vocal majors at a high school, Performing Arts High School in Philly. And, became friends over years and started singing, and things just kind of led to one thing led to another. The actual name of the group was supposed to be temporary when we actually put it in. But as we started using it kind of stuck. The meaning of it meant more to us than just a name that was just thrown against the wall. Plus, Boys to Men means longevity. It means, it's a brotherhood, it's growth, it's family, it's knowledge, it's learning, it's always figuring out something new all the time. That's what Boys to Men stands for. And it just happened to stick. So we kept it, and I'm happy you guys like it.
Yeah, we've been actually doing exactly everything that the name embodies throughout our career. We've been growing every minute, through the ups and the downs, the lefts, the rights, the unders and throughs. We've just been continuously trying to represent that name, Boys to Men.
I mean, it's beautiful seeing how you guys started out in high school, but can you share some memorable moments from your early days as a group?
Oh,
You got time?
I
mean, it's like it's
we started in high school.
yeah, we have so many memories, profound ones, and not just ones when I guess the world knew us, but when we were in high school, and how we got together, and just all the shows that we've done, and the fights, the girls, like it's a lot. Like it's a lot. I mean, we'd have to do another interview just based off of those memories,
Yes, we
just to
would.
kind of list those things, because too many. But
Yes, we would.
but I will say that after 32 years, it's still fun. We still enjoy it. We still love what we do, and we're creating new memories now. Being older, we appreciate our position even more, I think so now than we did when we first started, because we understood how hard it was to maintain the level of success that we've managed to maintain. There's a lot of hills and valleys and all those other things, but we still managed to keep it tight. So it's all about the new memories now. It's all about these new memories and creating ones, not just for us, but for our loved ones and all of that. So yeah, it's a different level of appreciation.
And we'd love to create some new memories out there in Dubai. So everybody out there, just bring all the energy that you have. We are going to have the most incredible time. I'm telling you. And you know, don't come in there with any inhibitions. You know, all of the drama that you might be going through at home or at work, leave all of that at the door, because we want you to come in there with the pure heart and enjoy the pure music that we're going to be delivering. Word up. Thank you.
Now, speaking of your music, at a time where like pop music keeps on, I would say, go through evolution in a way. So, but what keeps you inspired to perform your classic hits after all these years?
The people.
Yes, that's it.
The people still love it, and trust me, we don't really know why, but we take it, and we appreciate every moment that we share with those people who paid their hard-earned money, got dressed, burned some gas, and spent money on expensive parking and concession with expensive drinks and all of that other stuff just to watch us sing a few songs. So it's the people. It really is. The people are what keeps our Boys to Men and our music and our legacy alive. So that's really all it is. You guys.
Yeah. You keep Boys to Men in.
That's beautiful. So we are aware of your collaboration with Mariah Carey. So how did the collaboration with Mariah Carey on
Mariah Carey
they come about? If you can just maybe give us an insight about that.
I got you. It was a situation where we actually the president of Sony Records at the time, which was Mariah Carey's husband, was really felt like it would be a good idea for Boys to Men and Mariah Carey to get together and do a song. And, you know, we being on tour, it was kind of like hard to get around to doing it. But the schedule kind of permitted it, and we all ended up in the studio and we wrote the song. We didn't have a relationship at the time. It was just, you know, two artists writing music together and singing a song, which with the hope that it will be a beautiful record and people would love it. But as we started recording and hanging out a little bit, relationships built, and the song turned out even more special than we would have even expected, just simply because we created a camaraderie and we started to connect as far as our creativity is concerned. And I mean, it was amazing. I think it was really amazing because Nate had written a part to a song that he was potentially writing for, you know, Boys to Men. And when the song started being produced, it was amazing how the song that he was writing actually went perfectly with the song that we actually started to write and produce with Mariah Carey. So it was kind of serendipitous, you know what I'm saying? How it came together. It was something that, you know, again, with our career, we try to take things as God, you know, puts it in front of us and just run with it. So that's the best way we've been around this long, because of just that right there. But Mariah is awesome, man. She's the homie.
That's very sweet to say, to be honest. You know, as well, I would like to ask you that at a time where people with different ethnicities and cultural backgrounds live together, how do you ensure your music resonates with audiences from different cultural backgrounds, including those in Dubai?
Well, we don't actually we don't conjure up a direction of where we're trying to, or a group of people we're trying to direct our music to. For years, we've always called our music for the people. Obviously, being Black artists in America, they tend to try to pigeonhole you in a certain area, but our music always kind of came out of that box where it's kind of had its own arms and its own, you know, reach. And we kind of was able to reach, you know, pretty much all people. So other than the group's entity, our music was able to kind of stretch out that way to where we weren't pigeonholed, to where our music could be presented to the whole world.
Beautiful. So I want to now go to your last album. Are there any specific themes or messages in your last album that you're particularly excited to share with your Dubai audience?
Are you talking about the Collide album?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, Collide was a step away from, I guess, what people, I think, would know us for. And we wanted to be a little more broad. We wanted to express a different type of style that we've all had in us, but never really had the luxury of exploring it. Because in the industry, when you reach a certain level of success, people expect a certain thing from you, and it's a weird thing. But with Collide, we were allowed to kind of just do whatever we wanted, and we're influenced by a lot of types of music, different types outside of just R&B. We like pop, we like rock, we like folk, we like, you know, all of those things, hip hop, all of that. So we listen to all of it. So Collide is just an amalgamation of all of those things, just put into our style and what we enjoy in our private time, and just giving people a different look, just giving people a different facet of who we are, not just as musicians, but creators and fans of music as well.
Well, are there any particular songs that you believe resonate with the Dubai audience?
I think that there's going to be a lot of songs that will. I mean, again, we don't know what people normally expect from Boyz II Men, but it's never what they expect. We never give them what they expect. We always try to make sure that, you know, on this roller coaster, you know, when you get up to the top, you know what I mean, you don't actually know when you're going to go all the way down. You know, we want the anticipation to be everything. So it's just, you know, it's going to be a journey. It's going to be a real fun journey. The visuals, the music, the vocals. I mean, we don't pull no punches when it comes to, you know, delivering a song to our fans and our friends. We feel like if you bought a ticket, you bought a ticket for a reason, and we're not trying to be have you walk away from the show feeling like, oh, what the hell was that? You know what I'm saying? Or, oh man, they didn't sing, or they, you know what I mean? We're not the type of group that don't care. You know, we care very much how people feel when they leave a Boyz II Men concert. It actually looms on our minds the whole night, wondering how they took the concert until we see the posts and things like that. So, you know, it's going to be incredible. I'm excited, and I know that my fellas are excited as well.
Yeah, we want to experience that beautiful place too. It's a beautiful place, so we're looking forward to just seeing the people and scouring the countryside and seeing what's going on too.
Well, we are actually very excited for that. So finally, I would like to ask, what are your hopes for the future of Boyz II Men?
Everything. The sky's the limit at this point. We've been around for 32 years. And that right there is a feat. It's basically something that does not happen, especially for groups of our generation. You know, a lot of the groups that came up with us, they're not doing it to this level. You know what I mean? They're performing, but they're not doing it at this level. You know, and it's just a testament of how hard we worked in the beginning and cultivated enough of the world so that the generations of those places that we've been to, they actually have grown with us, and they've shared our music with their children. And it's just an amazing thing to know that 32 years later, we can still actually be here in London, and on 2 sold-out shows in London, and on our way to Dubai to, you know, rock out for the people out there. we just want to get everybody out there, get those seats filled up, because when I look out in the audience, I don't want to see an empty space. You know what I mean? And neither do my fellas. We don't want to look out there and be like, oh, okay, I wish we would have sold out the left, the left 3 seats over there. We want every seat filled.
That's really specific.
It is.
That is actually well. We've reached the end of our interview. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much.
And thank you to all of our audience as well, you guys. Thanks again, once again, to Boys to Men Group. Don't forget to catch them at Coca-Cola Arena to watch them perform.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Yay, we got balloons.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Darling. Appreciate it. We'll see you at the
Okay.
show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You should watch it live, hopefully.
Beautiful.
Much love.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you.